been so long since I made any fucking videos that I'm struggling doing the intro. So we're just going to jump into it. What's going on, everybody? It's Ricky with Videohomicide, and we are back with a VHS/DVD haul video. It's been a while. Like I said, I want to do a channel update. I'll probably film that later on tonight, as well as a review for Godzilla -1, which I saw yesterday. Love the fucking thing. Love that movie. Go see it in theater while you can. But I also picked up a couple of movies because after the theater, we went and we checked out a couple of random places, and we hit up a thrift store, and I found some shit. But first and foremost, these are some movies that Kayla had. She's like, do you want these? And I was like, okay. I already have this one, but I was like, fuck it. The Breakfast Club on VHS. I love The Breakfast Club. I think everyone pretty much either loves that movie or hates it. But Ginger Snaps, which is another one that I already own on DVD, but I don't have it on tape. And I love Ginger Snaps. A good Canadian horror, werewolf film. Really like this flick. Good stuff. I like that in Ginger Snaps, how like the two sisters, they're like at the beginning of the film, they're like making like these mock like death scenes, like the fence going through them and all that shit. I always thought that was sick. Second last film I got from Kayla, High Fidelity, which is a movie that I watched for the first time this year, like during 2023, and I really like this movie. It's about John Cusack playing a guy that runs a record store, and he's just kind of going through his breakups and different things like that. But there's some really good moments in this movie. If you like record stores or like comic book shop kind of stuff, like I mentioned a million times, like I used to watch Lost Boys all the time just because there was that scene inside the comic book store. So this is sort of like the same deal, but for records, and it's really enjoyable. Who directed this? Well, their name is cut off by the fucking price tag. And the coolest thing that she gave me, I had no idea she had something that would be so fucking insane. A sealed copy of the South Park film. God damn it, man. This brings me back because I was with my buddy Mike back in the day when he bought this shit brand new. Really cool stuff. So this is going along the with the sealed stuff. So I'm not like too crazy or anal about collecting sealed VHS. If you watched the stream from the other night, there was all kinds of rants about like graded VHS and all this kind of stuff. I know people that do it. My buddy Marky does it, but you know, different strokes for different folks. One of the most classic film. Actually, we'll end with that one because that one's pretty fucking OG. Here's like an old Western. Like whenever I see these Westerns with Lee Van Cleef, like I love the guy. So we got Death Rides a Horse, which also stars John Law, and it's directed by Guillermo Patroni, which is, of course, this is a spaghetti Western film. Big fan of those. If you like movies like Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, trying to think of some other ones off the top of my head. That's like the most known one. Like I've never claimed to be a spaghetti Western expert, but Antonio Margheriti, I believe, or Margaretto or Margheriti, he did a bunch of those. I believe he was responsible for the Django films. I could be wrong on that, but there's a lot of Italian Westerns that are just really interesting. There's a good documentary on, I believe it was on Tubi, or maybe it was on Roku or one of those fucking things, about Clint Eastwood, and they were talking about like some guy doing the Foley sounds like for all those movies, like in his basement, and like how good the sound in Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and Fistful of Dollars and a few dollars more. This is one that I didn't own. I only owned the bootleg that my dad taped years ago, and that is The Thing from Another World, which is a movie that I've talked about recently. I'm looking forward to checking this out because it's been a long time since I've seen it. The last time I probably watched this was probably around when I first discovered the Angry Video Game Nerd, which is going back. My first episode of his was Rambo. That was the first one that I seen. Because we had Rambo on Nintendo, and I remember sitting there one night on the computer and just thinking, like, I wonder if anyone's made a video about that fucking Rambo game. And sure enough, that's how I discovered him. So, and then discovered Monster Madness and all that stuff. So, The Thing, starring James Arness as The Thing, and this is directed by Christian Nyby. Really looking forward to checking that out eventually. It is like sort of a Antarctic themed, or maybe it's in the North Pole in that one, but either way, it's cold, and you know, The Shining, The Thing, there's a lot of cold movies I want to watch coming up. Here's a Christmas classic that we already watched this year so far. But like, it's not my favorite. I much prefer the original, but I wanted to get this in case it fucking goes off the grid. Like, there's so much talk of all this, like, physical media, like losing their licensing. Like, oh, it's on one day, it's off the next. You can never watch it. So, The Grinch Who Stole Christmas with Jim Carrey, directed by, I believe, Ron Howard, who also did Da Vinci Code, which I watched the other night. Well, not Da Vinci Code, it was Inferno, which was the third in the series, but Grinch Stole Christmas. I much prefer the cartoon version of that. And last but not least, I have a copy of this on VHS, but now I own it on DVD, so we can check this out. Like, I'm really looking forward to the commentary with Peter Billingsley, Melinda Dillon, and writer-director Bob Clark. So I don't know when Bob Clark passed away, but must have been during, like, the Laserdisc days, I want to say. But this is all about the, you know, Christmas story, dude. The fucking Red Ryder BB gun. Everyone knows the story. I actually drew this, like, if you follow me on Instagram, I drew this picture of Ralphie, and he looks very fucking demented and twisted. It's like if Ralphie was in the rabbit suit on LSD and he just killed his family. Or maybe he killed all the Bumpus dogs. But anyways, I love Christmas Story. I love Black Christmas. Bob Clark single-handedly made, like, 2 of the best Christmas films in existence. So that's always... I'm trying to see if I can spot Black Christmas. Like I said, everything in here is out of order. Like, nothing's alphabetical. I am going to be putting everything in alphabetical order, mixing all the genres. I talked about that at the apartment. The reason I didn't do that over there is because I knew I was coming here. So that'll give me a project to do over the winter. Like, the thing is, like I said, like, we're still really settling down. Like, we're getting everything in here, and it's been very stressful moving. You know what I mean? But I appreciate everybody for checking out the haul video. I know there wasn't anything really horror in there at all, but that's okay, because it's not always about horror films. I love horror cinema. It's my favorite genre, but I do love all genres of cinema, and that's what sort of gave me the push to do the entire collection in alphabetical order, because I treat it like a library, and sometimes, like, you don't really know what you want to watch, you know, and if you're just looking in a horror section, you're going to pick something horror, but if everything's in there, you might be like, oh, I'm going to watch Escape from New York. Oh, no, fuck, maybe I'll watch Enter the Dragon, you know, because it's beside each other, that type of bullshit. So I'm sure everyone has their own way of how they organize their collection. I do. And, you know, expect a tour video of this room once, probably mid-January. You'll see that, just because I'm still hanging stuff. I'm still getting shit all together and shit like that. So I appreciate everybody for watching, and we'll end it with this half pound of ganja. All right. And we'll leave it at that. So leave a 666 in the comments. If you want to get a copy of Cinema 187 issue 4 or any of the other ones, do it now. They're almost out of print. Issue 4 is not out of print, but the rest of them, there's very, very limited copies of issue 1. And at one point I had like over 100 copies of that. Now it's just Gandhi. So if you want to get the set, it's cheaper to get the set. And if you do that, then you'll be supporting a fucking, a would-be fucking bootleg vandal fucking vagrant son of a bitch. So anyways, adios, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.